Good morning from New York. I'd like to thank and encourage you to view uh, the educational videos on YouTube and support your channels. Subscribe, share, and repost. It really helps all the channels to do well, including this one. So be sure to share, post. That engages you in conversation around the subject. Much more of a learning experience. And so I'd like to thank all of these folks that especially I mentioned Star Talk. I believe that's the name. Neil deGrasse Tyson and his friend, a comedian who understands him and what he says. So I'm like, what more can you ask for in entertainment? It's the whole package, right? Yeah. So then we have Dr. Tracy. We have so many great people out there switch to Linux. DistroTube, Linux. And so today's subject, unreal symbolic comfort zones, trauma impact in NDEs. It's thought I needed to cover those subjects a little more. I've talked before about the impact of trauma and how it can be seen as a force that on contact, that force spreads out and is still carrying that force. It's the ball hit with a force. If it's sufficient to counter its weight, it will move. If otherwise, the impact is spread out. In any case, the impact is spread out and generalized. Now, traumatic impact is its force is the thing that drives you experience. Trauma is the helplessness. You cannot, there's no reasonable response. There's no moving away from the force. You're there, you're impacted, and but the force on impact, the force of it is spread out. And the way the brain spreads out this force of helplessness around needs and feelings and things that were blocked by the trauma. The way that works is that the brain also symbolizes those things and gives a more attainable symbol of that original need, so that you have to be in touch with your needs. Otherwise, the anxiety is just incredibly impacting. And so this mollifies the impact. It kind of is a way of absorbing it without without you getting sick and giving up the ghost. So this kind of impact. Janoff, or the great Arthur Janoff, talks about the impact of this is causes needs and feelings to be generalized and symbolized. So in a way, that's the way you're getting away while being stuck, getting away from the force. And an NDE, in many ways, would be a go-to in case that force was overwhelming you, and your body was in a great deal of, say, pain or helpless situation. So this this impact, generalized and symbolized, is at the basis of what Arthur Janoff called neurosis. All right, so neurosis is connected to CPTSD and PTSD. Trauma. The neurotic behavior and perspective is because of this generalized, symbolized need and feeling that your brain tried to absorb and spread the force out so that it wouldn't overwhelm. Now, an NDE is several things about an NDE that should be noted are several things is they have recreated these in the lab. There's a separation between your sense of where you are in space, that part of your brain that tells you where you are in space, which is very important. Your sense of comfort. Comfort is like a survival zone that you live in. And that can be symbolic and unreal. But it's necessary, was necessary at least at one time, for you to survive a trauma. So that it's just amazing sometimes what can distract you when you're trying to make a video. So, do reward the people who create these channels. Not easy. And some are too poor and don't have time to do a truly professional job, so give them some love too, right? They're trying to get a message out that might be important to them and to others. The comfort zone is your survival zone. Your sense of where you are in space is a kind of survival zone. When in the lab, when they suppress that part of the brain, the person has no sense of where they are and whatever, and it has to create something that creates a force of its own. So the idea that you're outside of the body, creating an entire scene that you're in is only natural because you're trying to have a comfort zone, a sense of where you are. And other than that, and it can be also triggered by what? Well, it can be triggered by that's kind of a trauma, sort of. But just the fear of trauma, just the sense that you are in peril, can produce in some people an out-of-body experience. And, of course, the NDEs is the near-death experience. But that's an out-of-body experience with magic. Right? So that's what that is. So that comfort zone, that is what keeps people locked into some unreal sorts of comfort zones, because why people become defensive. For instance, if you you question their religion, which is their comfort zone, right? And you see them, what is lost in an unreal comfort zone? Objectivity, creativity, looking at things from different perspectives, that can become disturbing to someone who's in an unreal comfort zone. And expanded compassion. And this pretty much explains a lot in politics today. People in unreal comfort zones, clinging to a symbolic past, for instance. Well, that's what this is about, isn't it? These are events in the past, and you're clinging to what ease that kept you in a comfort zone at that time, which would have been living in a more symbolic way, going after symbols of need and pursuit of some kind of better environment. So, distanced from the reality of it. So, you hear a lot in psychology. They have group symptoms together and call it a disease. We need to focus more on, what is the cause. If you don't know what the cause is, then you're just adjusting symbolic reactions in the case of neurosis and PTSD and childhood PTSD. So this is I'm trying to get the message out that we live in a certain comfort zone. We cannot keep from trying to find that comfort zone, but life disturbs that's the unreal comfort zone on its own. The practice of IMC is to try and comfort yourself from different perspectives, which will slightly disturb that comfort zone, but also increase your capacity to handle reality. And that's your ego strength, right? So it seems that it might be a good time to stop for now. And I hope that you have understood some of what I'm saying. If you don't, please comment and try to explain or connect you to sources. Yeah. So the funny thing is that the unreal comfort zone can be healed by expanding your comfort zone using objectivity, creativity, and passion. And this can result in relivings of things within a sense of safety, and allow you to pursue a more spiritual life due to the fact that when you address feelings, needs, and so on that you were helpless to get met, you feel those needs and express those needs, which were not really something you could express at the time. When you begin to express those things, you unlearn the helplessness around the feelings and the needs that you had then. And that's what reveals to you that these are events in the past. And events in the past events in the past are things. He comes to a realization that these things that denied you and repressed are losses. That then creates a chance to grieve and let go, then a chance to honestly forgive from your heart, and then to move on to true repentance, where you see where the hurt in you hurt others. So, I hope this has been something that you can understand, and that background noise was not too much. Anyway, as I like to say at the end of my videos, namaste, which means that great potential to be in the love flow, in the expanded comfort zone, Buddha nature, whatever you want to call it, that is one with the universe and joins us all together. That place in the greeting called Namaste is an honoring acknowledgement of it in yourself and honoring of it in the other person. So, Namaste. Have a good day, y'all. The best you can.